Good morning, KNDMS team and family. I'm Jeremy Mullet, your Assistant Principal of Instruction, and this is our Friday Community Update. This week has been especially trying for us at KNDMS. And to talk a little bit more about the incidents that we've encountered and probably a lot of the feelings that you all have been having as families and students, let's turn it over to our principal, Stephanie Olson.
Hey KNDMS team and family, it's Miss Olson. I'm really glad to be able to come address you for a few minutes about some really serious things that have been going on in our school community. Over the last few weeks, we have received several threats around harm to the school, in particular around gun violence. I know that this can be really scary and triggering for a lot of us. So I'm coming today to ask you for your help in a couple things. First of all, I want you to know that anytime there is a threat, we take it incredibly seriously. We work in partnership with Denver Public Schools as well as Denver Police Department to investigate fully to make sure that all threats are not credible. I will tell you now that any of the threats that were reported, anything that you have seen either via letter or talking points, has been deemed to be unfounded and not true. I am here to ask you for your help in a few things. We are seeing a dangerous trend of careless language being used at our school by students saying things like, I have a gun, I have a weapon, or even calling in and making threats to bring harm to the school. When this happens, it does a few things. First of all, it makes us as leaders drop everything that we are doing to support your education and follow up these leads. And as I said, we take everything super seriously and investigate to the full. Second, families, I am asking you to talk to your students about the use of this careless language. It really has to stop. It is causing chaos in our school, and really we are here to focus on education and preparing you for your future. I will let you know that if you do need help and if you are feeling scared or triggered, please reach out to one of your trusted adults at the school. We have an amazing mental health support team. We're here to help talk you through. And if there are true rumors, we want you to continue to lift those up. Again, tell a trusted adult immediately, and we will follow back up with that. Families, I ask that if you have any questions or concerns, please reach out to me directly or talk to any member of our leadership team. But really, team, we have to stop these dangerous rumors and use of careless language in talking about harm to our school.
We do have a number of ways for families and students to report things that may be unsafe for our community. And to tell us a little bit more about the program Safe to Tell, turning it over to Dave Valle.
Well, thank you, Mr. Mullet, and happy Friday, team and family. This morning, I would like to introduce to you something called Safe to Tell. Safe to Tell is an anonymous reporting system online or via phone to report any type of concern, safety concerns that you may have towards a friend, towards a teacher, towards anybody in our school community or anybody in your household. That could include suicidal ideations. That could include abusive situations. That could also include threats to our school community or threats towards your friends or anybody else that you might know. So Safe to Tell, the safetotell.org is one way to reach and fill out a report. And again, it's an anonymous report. Or you can call this number here, 1-877-542-7233. Those are two ways to contact Safe to Tell. When you report to Safe to Tell, it is likely the person on the other line or in the report on the internet that you fill out will reach back out to you and ask some clarifying questions, but at no time will they ask you for personal information such as who you are. If you ever need to call the school and talk to someone directly to report any type of threats, please do. In addition, we'll also encourage you to also contact Safe to Tell either via phone or on the internet. Everybody have a great day and keep each other safe.
There are a number of really important dates coming up. To make sure we all have them in our calendar, let's go into this week's segment of Get Out Your Calendar. Hopefully at this point you have your calendar out, and let's start with the most important date so far this month, which is the 3rd, which is our official October count day. Students and families, it's essential that everybody is in school on the 3rd. This is the day where DPS and the state see exactly how many students we have at our school, and this is going to affect a lot of things, specifically though, our budget. So please ensure that our students are all in class on the 3rd. Now students, when you come on the 3rd, you can wear any sports clothes that you would like. Rep your favorite sports team. Also, everybody who comes on the 3rd will get a special KNDMS wristband for you to keep. You don't even have to return it at the end of the day. It's yours forever. Next big date is the 4th. This is happening at 6 p.m. on the 4th is our KIPP Northeast Family Council meeting. There is a flyer right now. Take a look. And hopefully we will see a lot of our families attending this meeting for KIPP Northeast Family Council. Also, the night of the 4th is a volleyball game. And then on the 5th, another volleyball game. So we got some back-to-back games for our girls. The 13th starts our fall conferences. There will be no school for students on the 13th. Families, keep an eye out for an email or a phone call or talking points from your students' teachers, as some families will be invited for the fall conferences in a mandatory meeting. If you are not invited or reached out to by those teachers for a mandatory fall conference on the 13th, there is a way you can request one, and it's by completing the form down below in our description. Complete that form for an in-person or a Zoom call or a Teams call or just a phone call with your students' teachers. The 14th is also a day with no students, followed by the 17th and 18th, no students for fall break. Everybody's off then. So we've got coming up here in the next couple weeks a really, really long weekend. And that's everything we need on our calendars at this point. It is still Latinx and Hispanic Heritage Month, and as a quick reminder, students, you are welcome to wear any Hispanic or Latinx themed clothes every single Friday. So on Fridays, you do not have to wear your regular uniform. You can wear any sort of other clothes that represent Latinx or Hispanic culture. Now, this coming month of October also opens a new month for us, which is Dyslexia and Disability Awareness Month. To talk a little bit more about what that means and how we'll celebrate it here at KNDMS, let's turn it over to Lori Andresen.
Hey guys, so we just wanted to let you know about October Disability Awareness Month.
Yeah, so the first week of October, your students are going to be participating in a really fun project. This will happen in their math class, where they're going to be exploring different people in different professions, famous people, and different people maybe within this own building that identify as having a neurodiverse personality or disability. These projects, they'll be able to understand how the different famous people have advocated for themselves, have had to persevere throughout their life, and how this neurodiversity really represents in their life.
Mm-hmm. So we'll be having displays throughout the whole campus where you can be a part of this movement coming up next month. So see you then.
Our number of late passes have honestly gotten way, way better, and to dive deeper into that data, let's go into this week's Expectation Excavation.
Expectation Excavation. Nation.
As you can see, our grade levels are trending down, especially our 7th graders. 7th grade families, you should be so proud of the work that you have done encouraging your students. And 7th grade students, be so proud of the work you have done to get to class on time. Now the rest of the school, it's still super important. Get to class on time. I'm hoping that all of our classes can get down to 0 lates for an entire week. It's not an unattainable goal, folks. We can make this happen. Now let's talk a little bit about academics with this week's Academic Update. Families, as a reminder, all of our students are required to complete 45 minutes of independent work in iReady. So iReady, again, not just the test that they took, but it's the same program. That test then informs the independent work that our students are doing. So the work they get is exactly at the level that they need it to be to grow the most. In order to grow, though, they have to do the work. And it's 45 minutes every single day, every single week in ELA and math work. At this point, only 59% of our students have completed that 45 minutes in math, and only 30% have completed that 45 minutes for reading. Now, they do get some time in class. For math, they get every Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. They get about 15 minutes in a class in each of those days, which adds up to about 60 minutes. So it should be taken care of in that class time if they're using it wisely. In reading, they have 40 minutes on Tuesdays to get as much of it done as they possibly can. However, some of this work on iReady may roll over into home. Now you can check this. You can have your students pull up their iReady account and you can look to see how much time they've spent in math and in reading work. So please do that. Ask them. Have they done their iReady for the week? How close are they to their 45-minute goal for math and 45-minute goal for reading? It's super important if we want our students to grow that they're doing the work, both in class and then a little bit more at home. Families, thank you so much for tuning in and making sure that we are all on the same page. Y'all have a great weekend.